Well, that's not very nice.
It was a joke.
Fuck those guys. Fuck those guys.
Damn it, Jira, why don't you fucking give us attention, huh?
Oh my god.
That's because we sent out a video of Little Pump smashing a television that was showing him with a brick, and then tossing that television into a pool.
Hey guys, it's Majira.
Oh, that shit made me laugh so hard, though.
Yes.
It is.
Special thanks to Leo for making that video. That video always makes me
God,
laugh.
it was so fucking simple, but it worked.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, God.
Like, it doesn't matter how down I am. I can watch that video and still laugh my ass off. This episode of Furry Frequencies is brought to you by Lemon Brat. You ever wanted a half-assed...
No.
Hello, and welcome to another amazing episode of Furry Frequencies, the soundtrack to your furry life. I am your gracious host, Silox, and I'm joined today by my two lovely co-hosts, Lifty
Hi.
and Sharky.
I am not lovely. I am ugly.
You are lovely, and you will like it. On today's...
Ew.
You are loved, and you are valid, and you will like it. You.
I don't want to be loved.
I'm every woman. Okay,
I
on
want to
today's
be an
episode...
unloved, emotional teenager. That's angst.
So that's most teenagers, then.
Yes.
Ew. On today's episode, we will talk about a self-help guide to help you attend a furry con. The do's and don'ts of conning. Yes, conning. Not being a con artist. We are not promoting being a con artist like some people are. We are talking about conning at a furry convention, and we're going to here to help you. Fuck, that sounded weird. We're here to help give
Help
you
you fuck. That's right.
no, fuck. We're here to help give you a self-help guide on how to attend a... I already said that. Okay.
Do you need some
You can do
self-help?
this. Relax. Just take deep breath.
I am taking deep breaths. I do that
Here,
when I suck
here.
dick.
Take some.
We're here to help you... What?
Here, take some rum and coke. It'll calm your nerves.
Yeah, right.
No,
We're-
here's cocaine.
Cocaine?
It'll even you out.
Hey, man, you got some coke. I'm down to smoke.
This
Anyway.
episode of
Cocaine,
Furry
not-
Frequencies is brought to you by cocaine. It'll calm your
Cocaine,
nerves.
It's a hell of a drug.
Joe
Good for the
Rogan,
next 30 minutes, and you need another hit.
got any crack rocks? Yeah, so, cocaine. Tyrone Big himself and Dave Chappelle. Oh my god, that dude was such a crackhead. Oh, Lord of mercy.
Wow.
I love that character. But no, we're gonna give you tonight. We're gonna give you guys a self-help guide. Self-help. God, a self-help. A self.
Are you okay? Are you having a stroke?
Yes. No.
Silox, you need some cocaine.
I do. A
You need to
self.
stop having a stroke and get your shit together.
A self-help guide on how to attend a
Self?
furry Yes, self-help guide on how to attend
It's okay to
a.
have a slur. We will understand.
I don't have a slur. A furry convention. So I think the biggest. So to start off, you have to figure out which convention do you want to go to. I mean that.
Can't
Please.
do much unless you have a con selected.
Yeah. I mean you can't just throw a.
Step 1, con.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, there are like over 9,000 conventions all over the world.
9,000 furry
That's
conventions.
where research comes into play. Montage.
That was perfect.
80s music. Engage.
But yeah, there's over 9,000 furry conventions all over the world, and a lot of them are.
They're all different,
Yeah, they're all different.
and they're all the same. At the
If
same
you're
time.
if you're living in America, most of our listeners are. There's more than likely a convention within driving distance to you.
Yeah, it's crazy how that
Just
is
don't
now.
end up at a Mercon, then you might be a little awkward.
Well,
Like which
they're-
one?
Yeah, which ones are Mercons?
Las Vegas.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
You asked for one, but you weren't specific, so I gave you a
That's
very
the only one that
inspecific
exists. You know,
Oh,
furry.
I know quite a few small ones, but I
Well,
don't
there
know
are-
by name. But
Well,
I
there
hear
are
them pop
other
up from time to
quote
time.
unquote Mercons that are like wink wink Mercons, you know, or you know what I'm saying? They're not. They don't bill themselves as mercons because they want to be family friendly. But everybody knows what goes on behind the scenes. Like everybody knows what happens in those room parties, and everybody knows
Lord.
what cons I'm talking about. I don't have to say names. Everybody knows.
Can you imagine seeing
Wink,
this
wink.
this individual in a mersuit video? I can't.
I don't want to.
Which
I
individual
s-
are we talking about now?
The one I just posted. I've seen one and it ain't pretty. I saw him fucking a
Do you have a
person.
small dick?
No, this person's name begins with P.
P.
You said P?
P.
They're flown by airliners. Their airlines are flown by them. Don't
What?
You know who I'm talking about.
Plane?
Um,
Oh, I like that guy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I saw
yeah.
a, I
Okay,
saw
so-
a,
Yeah,
a
I want to
vid
bang
of-
him actually.
I do too.
So what about this
Though
person?
I've heard he had a tree stump for a dick, so it's very wide but short.
This person whose name begins with A, there's a mersuit vid of him fucking him. It's so cringy.
No!
It is so cringy.
Oh my god.
No! Why would he ever agree to that?
But,
He might need to check himself now, because he
Oh
probably got
my
socialism in his blood now.
God.
No.
I mean, no, but
Way to
Anyway,
spill the
yeah,
tea there, Psylocke.
Step 1.
what the hell?
Choose a proper con.
A safe for work con, preferably.
Yeah, there's not
I'd
that many
recommend
of.
going
I
to
mean,
a smaller to mid-size con as
well,
your first con.
yeah. Now, Psylocke, hold on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Most conventions are safe for work. There are some that have not safe for work panels, but again, this brings out the choice that conventions give to their attendees to attend a variety of events and a variety of panels that suit different interests. So if it interests you to go to one of these not safe for work panels, well,
Well, I'm not talking about that.
the world is your oyster.
I'm talking about
Pub panel.
God have mercy, a strictly not safe for work convention, and one does exist now.
Oh yes,
unfortunately.
one does exist now. Yeah,
Yes.
Why
I'd,
would you say unfortunately? Some of us got to get our fucking stresses out, guy.
That's what sex is for.
Stop shaming
I'm not
me.
kink shaming.
some of us would like to learn how to get tied up.
I know
Oh,
you would, so
I'm not into that.
Yes,
Oh,
you
you're
would.
not into that?
I'm only into two things, and
You're into it.
Oh, that's just trifling.
I can feel the blush through
I
the
am
microphone.
very, very vanilla. No, I've tried being tied up. Ulysses tied me up at Nightfalls.
Oh yeah, I know. You look like you're having a good old time.
Fuck you. I was not having a good old time. That's some weird slavery bondage shit I don't want to revisit.
Why
okay?
would you have to say slavery?
Cause you had me
Why?
fucking tied up.
Why? You make it a race thing now. Okay,
I'm not
I see
making it
how
a race.
is. It's
I'm not
because
making it a
white.
race thing. What the fuck?
Guys,
Oh,
let's get back to the self-help aspect of this episode.
Yeah, let's listen.
We don't want to trigger Solix into having an
N-word.
N-word moment.
Oh lord. No, like someone say shut up in the background.
Okay, Psylocke, Daddy listened to
What?
me have to
That's
do
our
this,
that's
so
our
please.
executive producer. He's telling us to get going with the episode before he slaps us all like Three Stooges.
Okay.
Bitch,
Hi,
I wish you would.
Ian. Tell Ian I said hi. But no, there are a lot of conventions. Good thing.
The hell was that?
What are you doing, Sharky?
Sharky, are you fapping?
No, I'm
Are
fucking
you
with
fapping
my
in your little
microphone.
booth?
I didn't know you guys could hear that.
Yeah, I can hear it as clear
Your
as day.
mics can pick up everything. You know that, right?
I'm just messing with the little switch on my microphone, just flicking it.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys got quiet, then I realized you guys were listening
boy.
to it, and I just kept going.
Okay. But no, the good thing about the furry fandom is there are literally
God.
at least
How
in
do
the
we
US.
try to make this not lewd and we fucking failed and it's not even 10 minutes in?
Good lord, y'all are something else.
God, it's your fault.
Of course, it always is my fault, but
It's
no,
not
there.
God's fault. I meant it was Psylocke's fault.
Yeah,
but
it's blame the black guy, but
yeah, it's
no.
'cause I'm white, I have to.
So, one good resource to check out for all the latest furry conventions that are happening near you and soon is a site called furrycons.com, and they have a calendar that will show you all the conventions now through 2020. They will show you all the conventions in 2019. They will show you all the conventions in 2020. They will show you all the conventions going all the way back to 1989.
Yeah.
They always tell
That's
us the
just so
future.
trippy. That is so
Yeah.
trippy. I
And
just clicked 1989.
as what
Okay,
was
so
said,
they have a
89
link to
cons because
conference
back then they weren't
1989.
accepted.
1989 conference.
that
That's
was
crazy.
I think that was in Canada. Conference.
No, that was in California.
Conference is in California. Huh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
I'd recommend a medium-sized con at the most.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Because my
they-
sister actually went to a large con known as Anthrocon as her first con, and well, that was fun for her, huh? Overwhelming is how she put it.
yeah.
And Uncle Kage actually asked if this is the first con. He's like, you fucking he didn't say fucking, but he was like, you chose Anthrocon as your first con? Just throwing yourself into the deep end, huh?
Yeah.
It's not wrong. Definitely go
Yeah,
to
throwing
a,
yourself into the deep end of the pool without any water rings. That's how Anticon is.
Yeah, go to a small to mid-sized con to start off. Don't throw yourself into the deep end. It's not.
Go to
It's
places
not
like
gonna be fun.
Furthermore, or
Yeah,
Yeah. Furthermore is a
more
great
local
convention.
con.
yeah.
And furthermore, this year is at the the Hyatt Regency Crystal City in Crystal City, Virginia.
Yes.
It is a great local small convention. It's very cozy. Though they had like 1,400 attendees last year, so it's definitely growing, and it's got the space now to grow. So yes, please come to Arlington and come to Furthermore this year, March 7th through the 9th.
Furthermore,
In beautiful Arlington.
Furthermore is a very well-run, very tight-knit, very small, and very well-organized convention. I highly recommend it to be a starter con. It was my starter con in 2016,
Same.
and heck, I met it's funny. When I started at that, I didn't know anybody locally, and I remember seeing Ulysses. I didn't know who he was at the time, but I saw Ulysses. He was running around as, I think, Napoleon, and I thought to myself, "Wow, this guy is really fucking weird." And
Now look at yourself.
yes, a
You're
few months
fucking
later,
worse than him by
Yeah.
liking feet.
oh, stop! No, but no. A few months later, like I get to know the guy. Why
Wait a
would you
minute.
post that, Lifty?
Because it's true.
You guys are mean.
No.
Not
So,
that mean. We're true.
when did you say you went to Furthermore? What year?
2016.
That was my first year at Furthermore too, and I saw Ulysses as Napoleon there too. And he doesn't remember it, but I totally remember him as Napoleon. I loved.
We should
his
freak
suit.
him out and be like, "We saw you."
But nowadays Ulysses refers to his lion character that also dresses up like Napoleon. I don't think I did not see his lion at Furthermore that year, but I did see
Ulysses,
him like in
we're
the
watching
Napoleon
you at
suit.
cons.
Yeah.
I just want you to know this.
Yeah. So Furthermore's a great one. Another good one, and I know I'm going to get flack for saying this, but I don't care. FAU is a great starter convention for the simple fact that it
It's
is
small.
very small. It's a great starter convention.
Easy way to make friends.
And a
I
lot
don't
of
know
the
about that, but it is a great starter
I've made
convention.
and a lot of the
friends
action
at
happens in the
FAU.
lobby. It is
Yes,
a great
it
lobby
does.
con.
It is a great lobby con.
Now I'm gonna be frank here.
And there's drinking like everywhere because there was no
We-
real designated spot for it. And it was fucking
Well, I
awesome.
haven't said a lot of positive stuff about FAU, but showing or seeing how it was this year kind of made me reconsider a little bit. And if they're on their way back up, then that's great. That's good news. That really means that they're working hard to revamp the convention, bring in more people, and just freshen up the convention so that it's not stale anymore. The worst thing that can happen to a convention is that a convention becomes stale and
It stagnates.
it doesn't grow. Yeah, it doesn't grow, it stagnates. When it stagnates, it starts to just not be good anymore, and
It will
attendance numbers
shrink.
start to decline. Yeah,
And that's what they were doing. They were stagnating and declining, and it gained
yeah,
their unfortunate reputation as being,
In the middle of the industrial fucking park.
yeah, it's probably arguably
yeah,
the worst furry con that exists. Not named Rainforest. But
yeah.
I,
Surprisingly, I
yeah,
live. Surprisingly, like if as the crow flies, I live about 10 miles away from the site of FAU. But good lord, driving there takes a goddamn half hour.
and that's a good thing that you mentioned because that helps us segue into getting to a furry convention. Now,
Hmm.
the good thing is that because again the furry fandom has grown so large, there are conventions in driving distance in for most people. You can simply drive to a furry con. However, there comes a time when you may have to travel to a furry con by means of airplane, train, or bus. I'm not
Such
saying
as MFF or
yes,
AnthroCon
Yeah.
or the few cons that happen in
BLSC,
Las Vegas or internationally.
Hmm.
Eurofurence, CFC, Confuzzled. I think that's what it's called. Yeah,
What was that one?
which one?
The fucking con that happens in the UK.
Confuzzled. That's the one.
Yeah, that's
Well,
confuzzled.
that's one. No, there's another one, and it was a cool name because
Just for the
it
weekend.
happens, I think, around in October, and it's a very Halloween themed
You're
thing.
thinking of Furpocalypse?
There we go.
That's in
No, for
Connecticut.
apocalypse. Yeah, that's in
Oh, that's in
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Why the fuck did I think
You
it was?
probably thought of New England.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, that's happening at the end of this month. And that's a great little convention. They're
Hmm.
about to move to a new venue after this
Thank
year.
God.
Yeah. So, it is actually good that they're listening to the will of the people.
Yeah, but yeah. So if you're going to be traveling by not by car, but by using an airplane, a train, or a bus, it is highly important that one you start searching at least for tickets. At least, in my opinion, 7 months out. That's what I do when it comes to MFF. I start looking 7 months out, and I go from there. Um,
Hmm.
it's also important that you try to figure out if you're flying by plane or taking the train or bus, which terminal, station, or airport is closest to your hotel. There may be an instance, especially true. This is especially true if you go to Chicago. There are two airports. You have Midway and you have O'Hare. O'Hare is the closest of the two to Midwest Fur Fest.
Hmm.
Um, many people fly into O'Hare. It is more expensive to fly into O'Hare. It is cheaper to fly into Midway because all the low cost carriers fly into Midway for the most part. The problem with Midway is you have to take either an Uber or the CTA to Rosemont. So it's sort of a
Hmm.
trade off.
Yeah. Now, here's a top tip for those that are looking to travel via air to a convention. First of all, get the Hopper app from Google Play or the Apple iTunes Store and enter in where you're flying out of and where you want to fly to. This is going to help you track the prices of the flights that you're looking for so that you can pay for the best price. And now another top tip is that airlines start to raise prices on tickets roughly about 60 days from departure. And then after 21 days, the prices significantly go higher to the point where, you're not getting a good deal 21 days out. There's just no happening there. So if you are a procrastinator, definitely get the Hopper app and watch your flights so that you can get on the best flight. The best flight for the best price. What?
The Mile High Club is slang for people who have sexual intercourse on board an aircraft.
Silox, are you just learning about this now?
Yeah, I just learned about this. I didn't realize that.
Silox, you are a 28-year-old man and you are just now learning about the Mile High Club.
Yeah, I
How do
didn't
you
realize.
feel about yourself?
I should I be happy about that?
I don't know. Do you feel sheltered?
Very. I'm gonna join it one day.
Oh Jesus!
No, I meant the real Mile High Club, not the sexual one. By getting those
What is the
sweet.
real Mile High Club?
It's a literal club you join by getting mileage points on airlines.
What? Where is this? What airline? What?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Like I've never heard of what you're talking about, but I've heard of the Mile High Club like having sex in an aircraft. Yeah, I've heard of that. Everybody's heard of that.
Oh. Um. The fuck are you doing?
Vaping.
You don't vape. Stop.
Yes, I do.
Sharky's the only one that vapes, not you.
Quiet you.
It does sound like a pool of a vape, though.
He doesn't. No, no. Lifty is bullshitting. Lifty does not vape. He's not cool enough to vape.
Vape
Vaping
into
is
the
not
microphone
cool.
for us, Lifty. Yeah, that's a vape.
God damn it. Don't validate him, please. I don't like
Shut
when he's
up.
valid. I don't like when he's
Why
validated.
aren't you cool like us, Psylocke?
Shit, I'm
Why
very
won't you get addicted to nicotine like the rest of us?
cool.
By the way, for kids
I have
listening to this,
stresses, and
don't
I
vape.
need ways to deal with these stresses in ways that other drugs cannot help. Okay?
If there's any kids listening to us, please don't fucking vape. You're too young. There's a reason they're raising the age limit, and that's not because they're trying to keep you from doing something. Well, they are, but they're trying to keep you from doing something stupid because you're young. You're still developing. Don't teach your brain addiction before he even knows how to do taxes.
Fucking hell, this vape is good.
Anyway, what's
Yo,
step
you
2?
full of shit. Alright, step 2 is getting your hotel room. So, you can get your hotel room by 2 different means. You can buy out of the room block, and you may, in most cases, end up paying a higher cost for your room, or you can you can pick your room in the room block. Now, what most conventions do is they run a simple method for opening rooms. They'll give a date, the date comes, and the rooms are open, and everybody chooses a room. Essentially a free for all. Some conventions, notably Midwest Fur Fest and BLFC, the latter because there is little space in that one hotel, operate off of a room lottery, in which case you, in some cases, you may have to register for the convention in order to be eligible for a lottery.
Which is stupid.
It is.
Don't go into a room lottery. They're gimmicks.
They are. And we've ranted about the MFF room lottery for God knows how long, so we won't rehash that. But those are pretty much the only 2 ways that I know of how rooms are distributed in a room block, unless there's some other hybrid method I don't know about.
Now we gotta ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
To do the room block or to not do the room block?
I think it
It's a double-edged sword.
depends.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword. Now here, with the room block, in most cases you will get a room at or near the hotel that is hosting the convention. But outside the room block, you're not going to get the hotel that's like right there at the heart of the convention. But you might get a hotel adjacent to the convention center.
Room blocks basically afford you the luxury of basically living in the con area.
Yes. And for a lot of people, they like that because they don't have to travel so far to be in the action of the convention, which I understand. But be aware that there are things like room lotteries that you might be locked out of, like a lot of people in the MFF room lottery were this year. And be also prepared to pay and not quite what the typical room rate is for that room, but it's going to be a little less, but it's going to be still higher than if you don't buy from the room block. Now, if you decide to ditch the room block, there are options for you. One of the best options for room block, and I'm surprised that in 2019, very few furries know about this option. Hotwire. Hotwire has been around forever, giving great deals on airfare, hotels, and car rentals. And when it comes to conventions, I use Hotwire a lot to get a room off the convention
Or
block.
get a room way, way in advance from the con.
That's also true. What you can also do is that before the room block is even announced as open, as soon as they accept reservations for that date and time at the hotel, I would say call the hotel directly and say, hey, I want a room here. I want a room with this many beds at this hotel, and they'll handle it for you.
Just don't mention you're going to be at the con.
Yeah, don't mention that.
Because then you're definitely going to have to
a lot of these conventions
pay a lot more.
A lot of these conventions and a lot of these hotels are under multi-year contracts. So if you mention that you're going for this convention, they're probably not going to be very helpful for you if you decide you want to just circumvent the room block that they are kind of contracted to do with the convention. So yeah, that's a very good tip. But yeah, there's a couple options if you want to ditch the room block. You can either use Hotwire or another third-party
And don't last
booking
second book
site.
it.
Oh no, absolutely.
You last second book it, you're screwing yourself. You're going to pay ridiculously high rates, or you're just not going to find a room.
Now, yeah, Silox, you have some experience with that.
Yeah, I do. So I waited to the last second well, not the last second, but oh yeah, no, I was thinking of MFF, but no, I waited to the last second to book a room at BronyCon this year, and I believe the price for one night at the Hyatt, the main hotel was $400 and some dollars, and
No. The main hotel was the Hilton Baltimore.
I always get the two mixed up. Well, the Hilton, it was $400 for one night, and that was there was no way that was happening.
That was sold out.
Yeah.
The Marriott across the street was sold out. Pretty much every hotel within a half-mile radius or actually within a mile radius of the convention center was sold out.
That's crazy.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess the hotels even around that are still expensive as fuck.
Oh, yes, they were. The closest one was up in Mount Vernon. It was $179 a night. That was the cheapest. So, yeah, don't ever underestimate convention demand. And
don't
wait until the last minute.
Hotels will fuck you in advance.
Oh, yeah.
Because they will.
Hotels are
hard.
The people that run hotels are very smart people, and they know how to
fully dry
manipulate demand so that they make a killing off of
might not
knowing
wrap up either.
That you need a room. So don't ever underestimate
even
that.
Use a cactus.
A
Oh,
cactus.
I'm glad that got y'all's attention.
Cactus.
Why would you use a cactus?
Just how hard they're fucking you.
Ah, jeez. All right, so now
anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Oh, jeez, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think.
So now that we're in the convention, or that we've made, let's assume that we've made our plans for the convention, and we go there, or it's just about we're just about to go there. What do we plan to do?
Stand in the middle of the lobby and look awkward. I guarantee you someone's going to run up to you, and it's going to be someone in a fluffy costume that's going to hug you.
No.
No.
That's what happened to me the first time I went to Furthermore. It freaked me the fuck out, and I loved it.
No, I had to ask for people to I had to ask people to hug. And my first year at FWA, I was hugging a lot of fursuits, and some of these were quite moist.
I remember some happy orange-colored dog ran up to me and was like, "Hey, you look lonely. I'm going to hug you and follow you around." And I'm like, "Hell yeah!"
Nice. Do you know?
Lost contact with the fellow, but he was pretty cool.
Oh, so it's not like some poppy fur that you found on Twitter
Dude,
later
if
on?
some poppy fur ran up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be friends with you," and there's no choice, I'd be like, "Okay."
I know a couple of poppy furs that would totally do that.
Oh yeah, I do too, but
I'm not going to name names, but I
neither
just
am
know
I.
of a couple
They
poppy
don't need any
furs.
more publicity. They need to talk about us. Fuck those guys.
Well, that's not very nice.
It was a
Fuck
joke.
those guys. Fuck those guys.
Yeah,
fuck
Majira,
those
why
guys.
don't you fucking give us attention, huh?
Oh my god.
That's because we sent out a video of Little Pump smashing a television that was showing him with a brick. And then tossing that television into a pool.
Hey guys, it's Majira.
Oh, that shit made me laugh so hard, though.
Yes.
It is
Special thanks to Leo for making that video. That video
Oh my
always
fucking
makes
God.
me laugh.
It was so fucking simple, but it worked.
Yes, I love it.
Oh god.
Like, it doesn't matter how down I am. I can watch that video and still laugh my ass off.
We need more poppy furs that can laugh at themselves.
No, we need more poppy furs that can create stupid shit like that just makes us laugh.
We need more poppy furs that know how to make
Random
good
shit
content.
that makes us laugh. That's what we need. That's what we need more in this fandom.
Do you guys know of any poppy furs that make good content?
well,
I mean, I know some poppy
I
furs
thought
that
so.
make
There's
good
none
porn
out there
content.
Other than us, we're the best. Okay?
Whoa, hey now.
Fuck the rest.
We're poppy furs? Hey now.
I fucking
I
wish.
mean, you kind of are.
I'm not a poppy fur to nobody.
Yeah, you
I
sure?
really wish someone would come up to me and be like, "Hey, I know you. I've only had one person
I
do that,
am-
and that's because it popped up in the conversation.
I'm a nobody
I
in this
need an ego. Come on, guys. You can make it happen."
Say go.
But anyway, a lot of people are wondering when they go to their first furry con, do they need to dress up? Do they need a fursuit? Do
No.
Hell
they
no.
need to have
No.
any kind of costuming on when they go to a furry convention?
Absolutely
Hell no.
not.
Do I look like I run around like a fluffy creature, even though I really want to?
Do you? No, you don't.
No. I mean, I know you
Unless someone else
talked
lets
about
me wear
wanting
their
to.
suit, then I run around as them. But that's a totally different story.
You've talked about wanting a fursuit, though, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I do want a suit. The problem is, I'm trying to find a good maker that will make a good shark suit to my specifications.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be hard.
That's fair.
We should make a video or talk about that after this little snippet. Where
Yeah.
to get a good suit.
I think that will work. We can do that.
Mhm.
But
So anyway, you're at the con. You don't got a suit. You're standing awkwardly in the lobby. What do you do?
well, you just talk to people, you know.
What if you're socially inept and you don't know how to talk to someone?
Now, at some furry conventions, like Furthermore, they have adopted a new system of communications called color communication cards. And you wear them, they're green, yellow, and red. And basically, it tells people from all directions that approach you. It tells you, well, behind you, it doesn't help. But anyway, you get my point. It tells people whether or not you're open to communicating with random people, with strangers, and if you want to communicate and chat, or if you just want to talk to just friends and people that know you. And there's also the red card if you just don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to enjoy the con on your own terms. What's funny is that I've been approached and been talking to people. People come up to me and they're wearing a red card, and I'm like, what do I do here?
You have a red card. I don't want to be sued.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
off
he's wearing
that.
a red card. It's like, hi, how are you? It's
No,
like,
go away! Don't do that.
What do I do here?
Don't do that. If someone comes in with a red card and makes contact with you initiating it, don't scream, "Go away, you're red."
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean, the
Don't
cards
do
are a
that.
great suggestion, but they're not an all
They're like a
encompassing law.
guideline. You don't
Yeah,
have to
they
adhere
are
to them,
guidelines.
but they're useful.
Yeah. And I really am glad that other conventions are using the cards, and I'm seeing them in other conventions as well, because it is a great idea to just in a very simple way that everyone can understand. It's a very simple way to understand whether people want to communicate, want to hang out, want to be social or not. And if you want to enjoy the convention on your own terms, that's great. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Salax, did you go quiet?
Hmm? No, I'm just listening to you guys.
Okay.
That was great, but no, no, they're
Yeah.
right. You don't need to have a fursuit to attend a furry convention. And yes, I
Hmm.
get it. It does seem like fursuiters get all the perks and have all the fun and whatever. Fuck, who cares, dude? You can still have fun at a furry convention without a fursuit. There's lots of stuff that you can do, you can participate in. Um, but I do have to echo this. If you are going to a furry convention, please, please, please be mindful of 621. 621 is 6 hours of sleep, 2
2 meals a
hours,
day.
2 meals a day, and one shower.
Hmm.
My opinion, it should be 2 showers, but that's we're splitting
I know
hairs
plenty
there.
of people that probably need more
Uh,
than two because they stink like a motherfucker.
yes, yes. Don't be that guy who
But
does
don't
who.
abuse your own hygiene and health just because you're at a con.
You know
Yes.
what I saw
You're
at
human.
MagFest?
You
What
have
did you see?
needs that need to be met
I
before you can
saw a
socially
hero
do
at
it.
MagFest.
What were they doing?
This person got a bunch of those travel-sized little bars of deodorant
Hmm.
and just started giving them out to people at MagFest. Just he had a sign and a little tray of deodorant that just said "free deodorant,"
Oh God.
and he just started giving them out. That person is a hero. Don't talk smack about him. I wish he would
Cons
be at
do
more
not need to
convention.
be paying for your fucking hygiene, though. That's
Well, no, it's not a convention.
I know.
It's
I
not the
know it
convention that
wasn't a
did it.
convention.
It was just a
staff, but
random
still,
dude.
that should be a sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't neglect your own health and hygiene because you're at a con. People will notice it. You'll get sick. It will suck, and
Yeah.
you won't enjoy your time.
Yeah.
That, and there's plenty of the con for you to experience. Of 15 minutes in the shower will not delay anything.
Just get
So-
at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That's roughly my minimum, depending on how tired I am.
Yeah.
I shower
Don't-
multiple times a day because you get really stinky really quick when you're walking around having a good time.
Yeah, a lot of
running
people
around.
they stay up all night partying.
And
and-
seriously, eat at least 2 solid meals. I don't mean just drinking a fucking Coke and saying you're good, but eat 2 solid, full fucking meals that fill you up. You need the calories,
Yeah.
especially when you're running around.
Yeah. You do.
Your body will thank you immensely.
And oh my God, you better drink water.
A lot of
Drink
it.
water, ho.
Drink water. Stay fucking hydrated.
Be a hydrated person.
I will
Don't
find
be-
you if
don't
you're
be
not
a
drinking
thirsty
water
hoe.
and drag your ass to a fucking water fountain.
Don't be
Probably
a thirsty
not,
hoe.
but I will look at you.
Don't be a thirsty hoe. Drink some water, bitch. What?
Drink some water, bitch. Oh my God.
Hey, that should be a slogan.
Here's how Birdie can
That should
feel
be
wet.
like a PSA poster. Don't be a thirsty hoe. Drink some water,
I can
bitch.
guarantee you
Oh
at the
my
cons
God.
I'm working at, I'm going to put up signs saying, drink water.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, drink
That's what I'm
water.
going to do because people don't listen.
Water is life.
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
We're telling you this now, everyone.
Water.
Drink water.
H2O.
You will
Not
die without it.
alcohol, Not
You-
Sprite. Not a Monster, because I know y'all like to drink Monsters. Drink
Monster,
water.
Cokes, energy drinks, those would dehydrate you faster. Drink water.
Hmm.
Yes,
If
it's
you need
God's
flavoring,
gift to humanity.
add some Milo to it. Or Mio.
Yes,
Both.
Mio. Don't
I'm
say
pretty sure there's an
yes.
off-brand called Milo, but we won't talk about them.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, Mio is great for.
It is?
Put some fucking Mio in it. Drink
Yeah,
water.
for putting flavor in water. Yeah, absolutely.
Or if you need that flavored water, get that what's that water called that they have at a lot of places? It's just literally just flavored water.
Vitamin water.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Drink water,
Or
please.
they have usually some of these hotels, really
Especially
fancy
if you're in
hotels.
suit.
They have like cucumber and lemon infused water.
Yes.
That shit's great.
Drink it.
I don't care what you say. That shit's great.
Drink a lot of it,
Yeah, totally.
especially if you're in suit.
Uh,
Because can you guess what happens
And
if you
especially
pass out
if
from
you've
heat
been
stroke if you're in a suit?
especially if you've been drinking a lot, water is your best friend. I'm
Yes.
telling you right now. If you stay hydrated, if you drink water, plenty of water, you will stave off getting a hangover in the morning.
Can,
So,
can
yeah,
you guess,
be
fursuit or not, what they're gonna do to
hydrated.
you if you pass out?
What?
If you're in
They're
suit
gonna-
one, they're gonna cut your suit open and they're gonna ruin it.
And they're gonna yeet you in an ambulance, and you're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah, that too. If you're not in suit, they're still gonna eat you in an ambulance. Then they're gonna submerge you in these cold ass ice water soaked blankets.
And
put
they're gonna
ice
cut
packs.
all your clothes off.
That
So,
too.
Yeah,
They're gonna
if
take
you
your
have
clothes off.
if
Strip
you have
bare.
some kicking duds, well,
They're gonna first put ice packs in the areas of most high flow. The groin, the armpits, the neck. Then they're gonna wrap you up in a nice cold blanket submerged in ice water.
Yep.
Then, can you guess what they're gonna use a thermometer for? It's not gonna be an oral thermometer.
Oh,
Rectal.
no. Oh.
Yeah.
We call the silver bullet in the service, not the STD one, the other one.
Oh my god.
It's gonna go
Bruh.
right in your bum.
Boy.
And that's how they're going to get the quickest, most accurate
Come on.
temperature reading from you. So if you don't want some guys that you don't know running up to you, stripping you bare, and sticking things up your bum,
I mean,
I'd recommend you drink water.
Yeah.
And take
drink
breaks
water.
frequently.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, this shouldn't be stated, but it has to be stated, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Do not dine and dash. If you cannot afford to come to a furry convention, do not come. It's not worth it. I've
So-
seen way too many people either dine and dash or mooch off of others because they didn't bring enough money or they don't have money to come to a convention.
So
Order a
that
pizza
brings
if
up
you have to.
so that brings up a
At least that fills
very
your belly.
so that brings up a very interesting issue that's a very contentious one within the fur community, and that's called ghosting.
Oh God, we're getting
Ghosting
to that
has been
already.
t-
I thought this was going to
Yeah.
be a simple episode.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we're going to talk about ghosting in this episode because
Okay, a small part.
it's,
then we need
it's,
to get
it's,
back to
it's
this.
tied
okay?
in.
A
It's
small
tied
part.
into dining and dashing. Ghosting is, of course, the act of attending a furry convention without actually paying for a badge, and it's very, very looked down upon. Conventions strive to control ghosting and try to push people out who they catch ghosting. They do have people that are looking for badges whenever they attend any panels. Of course, people still slip through the cracks. But at the same time, I don't think that we should be encouraging ghosting at conventions because a lot of these people, they put in their own free time to make all this work and put all this together. And that is a very big detriment to those people, those unsung heroes
Mhm.
that work hard to put all this together for you. It's a very big detriment to them because they're spending their free time giving you a good show, and you're not, the least you could do is support the convention that you're attending by buying a badge. Even if it's a day badge, buy a badge. That's all I really wanted to say.
Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, if you are coming to a convention and you know that you are short on cash, one thing that you can do is that you can bring food from home. Um, Go just bring snacks from home. You don't have to always go out and wine and dine it up at, fucking McDonald's or burger fire or whatever. You can always bring cold cuts from home. You can bring bottled water. You can bring, and if you want to jazz it up, bring some Mio or whatever the fuck it's called. You don't have to go broke trying to eat at a furry convention. The last thing you want to do is either dine and dash, which is, by the way, it's stupid. And one, it gives the convention itself a bad name, and
Hmm.
two, you can get arrested for that, and you'll end up in prison or jail at least. Um, you don't want to do that, and you don't want to be in a situation where you end up broke. So budgeting your money is very, very important at a
Oh
furry
yeah,
convention.
absolutely.
And it doesn't just extend to food, it extends to art too, and furry swag, because I know furries like to do it big and they like to drop insane amounts of cash on artwork so they can flex on their friends. Um, yeah, if you ain't got the cash for that, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yep. Yep.
Or you can trade in your merch to pay for your meal with
Yeah,
your
that
friends.
too. That too.
And that's
I
honestly, if someone tries that with me, be like, "That's a nice shirt you got there.
yeah.
Wanna hand that shit over?"
Now, I also want to bring up another point because this has to be stated over and over and over ever since that incident with that particular convention. I think we all know what we're talking about here. Now, a lot of these conventions are hosted in hotels,
Hmm.
but whether or not they are hosted in hotels or convention space, please realize that the convention is hosted as a privilege granted from the hotel or the convention center. It is a privilege for you to attend this convention at these venues. Therefore, you must be able to show that you respect that privilege and respect the people that work there and the venue itself. So try not to make any random acts of vandalism, like try to hotbox a hotel room or make messes in the hotel room, or I don't know, do random shit with the toilet, and or what's worse is making a mess, like throwing up in the restroom sink
Uh,
and having somebody clean that up. That's just trifling. I feel terrible for the people that have to do that, that have to fix and clean after people that are so inconsiderate like this, because they're giving the furry convention that hosted the event a very bad reputation in the eyes of the venue. And the venue, believe it or not, the venue has every right to say, hey, we don't want you here next year because of all this shit.
Literally, shit.
Um, I know that conventions and venues, they usually hold multi-year contracts for events, but if things go extreme,
They'll
they have the
cancel it
power
and keep the
to,
money.
yeah, they have the power to say, no, thank you, we don't want you here next year.
Yeah, they'll keep the
So,
money too.
so please be mindful and respectful when you go to a convention. Please be mindful of where it's hosted and the people that work there, and work hard to make sure that everything is prim and proper for your event, for you. Anybody have any comments on that?
No, I'm just waiting for us to continue on.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Silox to say something.
hmm?
Yeah, Starlock, we're
Again,
waiting
I'm
on you.
just listening to you all. I'm not gonna interrupt when you speak.
We're waiting for you, guy.
No,
What
You're
are you
just
doing?
dozing off over there.
I'm not dozing off. God damn it,
We,
no.
why are you trying to sleep right now?
I'm not
We're
sleeping.
podcasting.
God damn it,
What the
no.
hell, man?
No. It's
Bareback, got a vape.
God,
did you
damn
just,
it.
did you just say bareback gonna vape?
He's bareback vaping. That's right. He's bareback
Ew.
vaping.
I said,
everyone.
be right back. Got a vape.
What is
Oh.
bareback vaping, Lifty?
That's when you strip off all your clothes and you take a big drag of a vape.
Is where you take a vape from the rear.
That's disgusting. Um, no, guys, please treat the hotel with respect. These people work very hard to ensure that it is clean, that it is safe and sanitary. Do not, under any circumstances, destroy a hotel room or try to recreate what some band did in a rock video. Don't do that. Like, have some common sense, because again, that reflects badly on the convention, and you will most likely end up paying for the damages yourself. Um,
And
Yeah,
then be banned from the
this
con.
is something that we feel
that
like
too.
we don't have to say, but it's surprising how much this still happens nowadays, or
Yeah,
how often this
it
happens
does.
nowadays.
It's sad to see it, that it has to, that we have to say that, but it unfortunately happens.
Yeah.
And again, with more common sense, if you know that you're going to have a party at a convention, do not invite minors. If you have to be that,
Oh God, don't invite minors.
uncool person and check ID, well, fuck it, do it. Check ID. Because I guarantee you, if you don't, and God forbid some underage kid does drink and gets sick or worse dies, guess who's liable? You are,
You.
because you gave them alcohol.
And the
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is, every fucking good room party I've been to has someone posted at the door checking IDs, and they will not let you in if you don't have a
If you don't show
fucking
ID,
ID.
or
And
if you
sometimes
are
con security will
underage,
come by every once in a while and check up on that shit.
yeah,
And if you refuse to give ID and you still barge your way in there, guess what? They just get security and your ass is kicked out of the con.
yep,
And you'd probably be kicked out of your hotel room too,
yep,
Hmm.
which is not fun for anyone.
no, no,
No one wants to kick you out of your room. No one wants to have you have a bad time. Cause not only
yeah,
that, it fucking sucks for everyone
yeah.
involved.
And now, should we talk about any don'ts of conventioning?
I thought we
Yes.
were already talking
Yes.
about don'ts.
Well, we are.
We kind of are.
Yeah. Here's a don't. Under any circumstances, do not bring weapons to a convention. Do not be that guy or girl or whatever. Don't do that. I don't
I would.
care what the concealed carry laws are in Pennsylvania. You're in a private venue. They can
I.
refuse service to you. Do not bring a loaded gun to a furry convention.
You will
I
probably
would
get
go a
arrested.
little
To be
further. I would
completely
go a little
honest,
further
even
and
if you have a
say,
concealed carry license, you're on private property.
yeah. I would go even further and say, don't bring illicit drugs,
That too, yeah.
because yeah, we've had
Shit,
two
don't bring
incidents,
drugs.
two high profile incidents that everybody remembers regarding drugs,
Hmm.
and
I've
thank
honestly left
goodness,
a
thank goodness,
lot
thank
of.
goodness that in both instances, the person who was the victim in these events survived. But hopefully they've learned from their mistakes and are more responsible adults now. But still, at the same time, don't bring drugs to a convention. You don't need drugs to enjoy a con. If you need drugs to enjoy a con, then I'm sorry, you're at a very bad con.
Honestly, if I've left quite a few parties because of the fact that they brought drugs. Because a lot of people, like me, work in jobs that will get you a drug test.
Same with me.
It's not only the party you're fucking over, it's the participants in the party.
Oh yeah, totally.
They, like quite a few people I know of at parties, work either government jobs, federal government jobs, or work in jobs that require drug testing. And if they find drugs in the system because you decide to hit up a fucking reefer, they're fucked.
Yep.
Yeah,
So don't be a bitch.
yeah.
Don't be a cunt.
In regards to marijuana, because I know that's a very complicated thing, just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yep.
Just don't do it. I know
If you
laws
have a
and
medical
attitudes are
marijuana
changing,
license
but
and you need to do it,
yeah,
take it elsewhere. I'm
Yeah.
not saying don't do it. I'm saying take it somewhere where it's understandable to smoke it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally true.
Because it's like you won't walk outside in your residential neighborhood and just smoke a fucking, take a puff of your one hitter, right outside in front of your neighbors and be like, hey, look at me, I'm smoking marijuana. They'll call the cops on you.
Well, some people.
I
They
know
might.
some people do it, but still, don't do it. Not at a con. You will be found.
And speaking of
You will be detained and then arrested, and then probably kicked out of the con. And the
speaking
hotel.
of don't do it.
Just don't.
One other thing that you should not be doing is behaving like the entire convention space is for you to act rowdy or without any bounds regards to social decorum and such. Now, conventions allow you to be yourself. That's the best thing about a furry con is that when you're a furry at a furry convention, you can be yourself. But that also means that when it comes to like lewd or sexual acts, there's a time and place for that, and it's not on the con floor.
Exactly.
It is not while standing in reg line at Hall A for a badge. It is not waiting for an escalator. It is not in the escalator
wait
while
for
it's
an
going
elevator
up. It
and
is not
fuck in front of it.
in the hallway of the rooms. It is in private.
It is still a hotel.
Yes.
You're still in the prying eyes of the public.
Yes. So
You will be
when
called
you're
out.
when you're
You will be
out
made fun
and
of.
about in the convention space, please
And then
make sure
kicked from
that
the
you
con.
are wearing proper attire and that you are actually behaving yourself as a normal human being. Ought to behave. I've seen some shit. I'm sorry, but I have seen some shit.
I mean,
at some of
I
these furry
quite literally
conventions.
seen a furry couple fuck in front of an elevator, waiting for the elevator. Like, you couldn't wait
Yeah,
minutes
seriously.
to get your rocks off? Come on, guys.
I mean, I know this happens at a
class.
lot of events, not just furry conventions, but still.
Have some
We
fucking
gotta-
class.
Yeah, have some fucking class. Fucking class. That's
That
where you
is the
break
full
out the
gist of it.
champagne.
Have some
That's where you break out the
fucking
champagne and the
class.
lace. Classy fucking right there.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta take a hit of my one hitter.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Y'all are
Hell yeah.
But yeah, seriously, don't do drugs. Just don't do drugs in general,
Please
Yeah.
don't. It's not
especially in
worth
front
it.
of little kids.
Yeah.
Because there are little kids there at the con. Kids are easily influenced by seeing older people do stupid shit. So don't do fucking drugs in front of them.
One last thing that I think we should all mention is that conventions pride themselves on ensuring that a lot of people are welcome and feel safe at a convention, especially when it comes to contact. And so it must be reiterated over and over and over that costuming does not equal consent.
It does not.
So if you see a fursuiter, that doesn't mean that you can just automatically just run up to them and hug them or tackle them or be rough with them or God knows, do other shit. Please be mindful and ask for their photo and ask to hug them. And Silox, what in the God's name are you
How
doing?
come every single time we podcast, you're fucking yourself?
I'm not doing a single thing. I'm not doing nothing.
You were moaning.
No, I
You
wasn't.
sound like you're getting a good head or a good dick.
I'm not. No. But no, I'm about to say Shylock's. No. Lifty's right.
You're not shy. You seem to be letting the world know that you're getting some good dicking right there.
I'm not. But no, you're not wrong.
What is Brooms doing to you?
Whoa. Hey now.
You mentioned that Brooms was somewhere in the room earlier.
No, he wasn't. No, Broom sent
Oh,
a
I see. Now you're trying to
message.
protect him. Good on
He's
you.
at
Good
his
on
house.
you. Very honorable.
God. Good Lord. No.
Anyway, yeah.
But
Yeah, don't run up to... Also, for the love of God, don't run up behind and tackle hug a fucking fursuiter.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yes.
Please don't.
You're literally guaranteeing that you're going to break their back.
Yeah.
Because the spine is very fucking sensitive, especially from impacts.
And even if you don't cause any physical harm to the person wearing the suit, you can be assured that some of these suits are very fragile. And if you are rough with them, like you tackle hug them or you hug them tightly, you can rip their fursuit.
And then
you
you're
can
going to
create
get sued.
holes in their fursuit. Yes. And
You're
these
gonna get
holes
sued,
are very,
or you're gonna
very
get kicked out of the con or
difficult
banned.
to repair.
Or get an ass kick.
So-
three.
Yeah. So be mindful of what you are doing when you are approaching a fursuit or actually approaching anybody at a
And make
furry
sure you
convention.
approach them from the front.
Yes,
Not
please.
the sides, not the back.
Please.
They're
So that
not
you
gonna
can
see
see
you.
our color coordination card and find out, oh wait, I don't want to talk to you because
Also,
I'm wearing a
if you're
red
trying to
card.
get their attention, don't wave your hand directly in front of their face.
Yes.
Stand in front of them and present yourself.
Yes.
Not naked, but be like,
Oh, God.
hi, can I give you a hug? Or give them the universal symbol for a hug. Stretch your arms out.
Yes.
They'll either
Now-
stretch their arms out in response and give you a hug, or they'll give you the universal symbol for no, which is shaking their head no, putting their hands in a cross symbolizing an X, or their handler will kindly ask you to not give them a hug,
Yes.
or make
Now-
you aware that you do not wish a hug.
Now, a lot of fursuits don't have a lot of very good peripheral vision, so don't get offended if you wave your hands and just do everything you can
And
to
they
get a
don't see you.
fursuit's attention, and they don't see you. Yeah, exactly.
Because I can,
It's
I
because-
can tell you straight up, you can't see very well in those things.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
fursuits.
can't even see someone that's in front of me, and I unfortunately
Fursuits
have
have-
actually stepped on some little kids before like that.
Yeah,
My
fursuits
bad.
have a lot of tunnel vision, and sometimes they may have like a large blind spot right there, right between their eyes. Just because you think that we are turning your head in your direction doesn't quite mean that we are actually seeing you. Like Sharky said, get in front of us, say hello, stretch your arms out if you want a hug, and we'll comply with, or we will communicate in our own special way and make sure that everybody's having a good time.
Not all suitors talk.
Yes, exactly. Like Zusho's.
But also, don't jump in front of suitors. For the love of God, don't give them a heart attack.
Yeah, I know Zusho is one of the most well-known ones who is deaf. He's a deaf fursuiter, and he's very cute. But he, of course, has to communicate using sign language. So, of course, yelling at him, saying, hey, is not really going to get his attention. So, like I said, using nonverbal communication, being in front, and being nonverbal, and also making sure that you pay attention to their color communication cards really helps out a lot.
Yeah, it does, but
Use
I think
common sense.
yeah, use common sense, guys. Like,
I understand some
Be
people
smart.
don't have that, but try your best to take it.
yeah.
Because I can tell you, some handlers are very protective
yes.
of their babies.
Yes. And
Like
you
me.
will get an
If I
ass
see you running towards one of my fursuiters, I will jump in front of you. Or push you out of the way before you tackle hug them. Because, again, you can cause some serious fucking damage. Just like the flex tape guy said. That's a lot of damage. And trust me, flex tape ain't gonna fix that. Also, wash your hands before you hug a fursuiter. I don't want some Cheeto fucking dust on a fucking suit. Seriously. Wash your hands. Cheeto dust stains. So does many other foods. And especially on white fur. That shit shows. And my right Silox as Lifty's in the bathroom.
No, you are right.
I'm back.
Good lord, he's back. Ugh. No, you are right though.
Were you talking shit about me?
No.
Yes.
No, wipe your hands. You know, I don't want to see your crusty ass hands all over my white fur because that will
And I don't want to
it
see
will
sweat
stain.
oil marks
Ew.
on my wonderful white fur.
Are we talking about makeup? Because yeah,
Makeup too.
that's a big no-no.
Wash your hands. Wipe
If
your
you're gonna hug
face.
a fursuit, don't wear makeup. For the love of God, don't wear makeup.
Especially if it's a primarily white fursuit that shows off dirt really well.
Yeah, Folex is great, but it's not a cure-all for all stains. So yes, for the love of
And
God,
bleach
don't
will
wear
ruin
makeup.
a fursuit. So, can't really get that
Yeah,
shit off very well.
yeah,
Anything else, guys?
I I think we've covered everything.
yeah. We've covered
Yeah, we did good.
a lot of good points here.
Yeah.
Other than that, you guys are ready for your first convention to survive the
Yes.
horrors that is cons. I can
Yes.
tell you, it's gonna
And the
be a
furry
hell of a
fandom.
time.
And we didn't even cover furry panels, the dead dog dance, opening ceremonies, which no one really goes to. Those are really circle
That
jerks.
kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
gotta experience for yourself. You
Oh,
have to
one
go
last
to
thing.
a con and really experience
Starlux,
it.
you
Words
brought up
don't
something.
describe the fun.
What did I bring up? Please enlighten me.
So
Like the
if you feel like you have a problem with a convention or how a convention does something, the best way to get their attention isn't to ghost that convention
It is not.
or to talk smack about that convention.
It
The
is
best way
not.
is most conventions have a feedback panel
Yes.
directly after closing ceremonies.
Or you
Please
can comment
attend
at
these
staff
feedback
directly.
panels. Yeah. Attend these feedback panels and let them know in a way that's respectable what went right and what went wrong in that convention and what they can change for next year.
Or if you're in the
I
middle
tell
of a
you-
convention and you don't like something happening, find a staff member.
Flag a
Yeah.
staff member.
They
down.
usually wear a very visible badge saying that they're staff.
Or a shirt.
Or a shirt, yeah. They'll say
Yeah.
that they're staff. Find them. They'll get you in contact with the proper channels so you can get your word in.
Yeah, but this is the best way to make sure that the next year's convention is better than the last year. You have no idea how many people. Usually, these feedback panels they don't bring up a lot of people, or they don't bring a lot of people into the feedback panel. But all the chairs and all the leadership are there to hear your concerns, and they do take notes. So please, if you feel like even if it's to give compliments, they love to hear compliments. But if you feel
Hell,
like
even
you have
finding
grievances,
a volunteer can get you in contact with a staff member that can get you through the proper channels.
yeah. But if you
Or
feel like
message
you
the
have a
con
grievance,
directly.
yeah.
Go
if
on
you
Twitter,
feel like you have a
private
grievance,
message the con, and someone will get back to you.
yeah. If you feel like you have a grievance, it's the best way. It's the best way to tell people during the convention. This is what went right. This is what went wrong. This is what needs to be worked on for next year. I mean, I know for MFF, I'm going to be going to their feedback panel and telling them, hey, I don't think that the room lottery was a very good idea. I think they need to change
I'm pretty
it.
sure
so
they
that,
got a very vibrant bashing from everywhere about that.
Yeah, everybody hated that.
Will they listen?
Everybody
Probably
disliked
not.
that. But yeah, it
Most
still
cons
helps
will
to
listen to you though.
Yeah, cons
take this shit
are-
seriously.
Yeah, yeah, they do take this stuff seriously, and they do want to hear feedback. So yeah, if you have feedback, constructive and respectful feedback, they are very willing to listen to you and make sure that your ideas go into next year's. So next year is better than ever.
Now you're ready to go into the wonderful, wild world that is a con. While there is a lot of stuff we didn't cover, such as the rave and other stuff like that Silex brought up,
Yes.
that stuff you got to experience for yourself.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't teach you a step-by-step guide for conning. But this is just the basics, so that way you can at least have yourself a good time. Now the rest of it, you gotta explore yourself.
Oh yeah. I'm in flavor country now.
Yep, make some friends. Make some friends, talk to people. There's panels literally for everyone. Hell, even though there's panels for the people with, mental illnesses, there's panels for people that are socially, shy.
I may need to I may need to refill my vape before the end of this podcast.
Good on you. No one cares about your vaping issues. We're talking about con going. But
It's
yeah,
a big
now you know
country.
your basics. Now you're ready. Now get out there. Go to a con. Make some friends. Make some lovers. Make some enemies. Experience the wonderful wild world that is the furry fandom. But don't be a dick, because we will find you.
Yes.
Especially Silox.
Oh my
Silox will
god.
find you especially.
I will. You think I won't
He's
find
like the
find you
Liam Neeson
and
of
then
furries.
talk about feet stuff with you. And then make a
I
fanfic
will
about him
find
stomping
you.
on you.
And I will stomp on you.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes, the small boy Silox will find
I don't
you
know
and
who
try
you
to stomp
are.
on you.
I don't know who
But
you
I
are.
will find you. And I will put my feet on you. Or ask you to put my feet on myself.
Jesus
I'll ask you
Christ.
to put your feet on me. That's even worse. And you will have to comply, otherwise I'll call you a bigot.
I just, you know what? Y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes.
Yes,
Okay.
we have plenty of jokes, because
I
you
see
won't
how
fucking
it
fight
is.
back.
I won't, no. No.
Fight me, bitch.
I'm not gonna fight you. I'll fight Lifty. Actually, I'm not even gonna fight Lifty. Lifty can fight himself. Oh, I'm concerned. But I think we did a great job tonight, guys. We covered a lot of stuff.
Alright. So let's
Yeah.
start to wrap this up, because it is
Colonel,
getting, well
I'm
over
trying
an
to
hour,
sneak
so
around, but I'm dummy thick.
Who
And the
would
clap of
like
my
to
ass cheeks
take this
keeps alerting
away,
the
or
guards.
Would you like me to take it away? Either
Alright.
way.
Alright, so if you like what you're hearing, you can follow us on Twitter at Furry Frequencies. No, oh,
At Furry Frequency.
god damn it!
What?
Fuck it up, man!
I fucked it up. I fucked it up.
You ruined it. I'm gonna have to give you a spanking.
Oh yeah. Wait, whoa. Alright, Lifty, you can take it away.
So yeah, if you like what you hear, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on our videos and hit that bell for notifications so that you can get updated on our latest episodes right as they happen. And if you like our antics and shenanigans, feel free to follow us on Twitter at Furry Frequency. And
Subscribe!
with that, yes, please subscribe.
Or don't. It's up to you.
Yeah, don't
It's a free country.
Yeah, you could not subscribe. It would make us sad, but yeah, you go on ahead. I'll just guilt trip you. It's okay.
In Flavor Country, everyone has a choice.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
a
just-
big
we'll-
country.
We'll just, guilt trip you and
Hello?
feel sad,
Like,
and then you have to watch
comment,
us be
and
sad, and no one likes
subscribe
that.
to Furry Frequencies.
Hello?
Anyway, Lifty's
Are you
trying to
actually
act like
taking a
he's-
phone call right now?
No, my volume just went down for no reason. All the way down.
Oh,
on
your
its
vibe.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Your
as
vibe.
Lifty tries to sound like a tough cowboy, let's wrap this up.
own. Tough cowboy. Oh, God.
Anyway, with that said, it's time to call it a night.
Call it
This
rock.
is Furry Frequencies signing off with Lifty.
Silox.
And Sharky.
We thank you for joining us on this wonderful episode and hope you have a great night.
Good night, Canada. Make sure to vote. Oh, wait, they already voted. The
Good night,
election's
you
pretty much
y'all, you young furs that want to explore the world. Be safe.
Good night, Anchorage, Alaska.
over. Good night, Manhattan, Kansas. I think I've already
Thank
said
you.
good night.
Good night, everyone, because I can't think of a name of a place that hasn't been used already.
Saskatoon.
Good night, Superior, Wisconsin.
I'm gonna click on the end recording button now.
I'm clicking on it, but it's giving me that
Clicking
little
on the
circle.
button.
You can't do anything.
Goodbye. I'm clicking on the button.
There it goes. It's giving a circle now.
Colonel,
The button's
dummy
not
thick.
working.
What are you talking about, dummy thick?
I just wanted
The
to say
button
Oh
that.
my
is
God!
broken.
Please end this damn thing. Hurry up! I don't want
I
to.
am clicking the button and it is not working.